Hey, Idubbbz, just wanted to say I've been following you for a long time. Just saw the videos between you and H3. I want to let you know that I think you're a good guy. People just can't accept that you're trying to look inward and do things your own way. It's despicable how people have started interfering in your relationship. That's nobody's business but your own. Well, thank you, Zoid Age. I concur. I concur. L3L3. I do have a clip, an L3L3 clip that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit because I think it's worth dissecting. Ethan is just a bad person who can never actually acknowledge when he fucked up. No, and that's been really creepy and fucking weird lately. All of the apologies that he's, well, I mean, it's hard to call them apologies when they're just like very, like he's overtly full of shit. Like, things that he got so mad about. Fucking Uma, if you're in here, like, he covered it, I think, pretty extensively. But even Chris Kunzler, like, he responded to Ethan's recent, I don't know, half apology, half kudos thing, where he was basically saying that Chris Kunzler is, like, a good example for Palestinian advocacy. But yeah, in a couple streams before, he was just dogging him, you know, talking mad shit. And then Chris Kunzler, here, let me, now that I'm fucking mentioning it, he responded to Ethan's bull.
I never have been. I've always been pro. I'm not pro-Israel.
So this is Chris Kunzler is stitching his Ethan Klein's, like, I don't know, not an apology. It's I think, like, his attempt at an explanation, like why he is the way that he is. No one points this out, but Ethan's always talking about Palestinians, but very strong in graphic language when talking about Israelis. I think I read that incorrectly, but I get the point you're making.
So after nearly 6 months, I finally got the response from Ethan Klein, and
And by the way, he's said that he's down to talk about this because he's done his studies on this. He's very well read on the topic. Yeah, uses passive language for Palestinians. That's what I meant to say, or what I meant to read.
He was calling me the C word on his podcast, and now he's saying I'm a great voice for Palestine, and he's saying that we can't find content of him being pro-Israel.
Yeah, because Ethan's an asshole, and he cannot, like, separate the hate he has for people. Like, he sort of puts them all in the same category. Like, you know, if one person has criticized him for something and they might be vaguely pro-Palestinian, then anyone that they're associated with is kind of in the same boat. You know, can't separate the individual talking points out. It's just, you hurt my feelings, so now you're a piece of shit to me. Does he have any friends left? He hasn't even had any big guests on the podcast like he used to. Yeah, because it's fucking embarrassing and weird and uncomfortable. Like, I think even he would admit that it's uncomfortable to attack and be so negative and nasty all the time, and then say, "Come on, come on our podcast. It's just lighthearted fun." It's like, it's not lighthearted fun. It's very serious, nasty shit all the time. It's they also do a tremendous amount of anti-Semitism as a punchline on their show.
Examples of Ethan being pro-Israel. There are too many to count. You can look at my longer form videos over on YouTube.
You can also look at these tiny little, like, I really tried to not make my content cop very much about Israel-Palestine. Like, I was not honing in on that. It was more about the behavior and the harassment. But you can even tell in that there are these moments where he was conflating a lot of these different terms. Yeah. Oh. Squana Ajtaja says, "What's your solution to IP problem?" Well, no individual person has the solution to it, but what's going on right now is not a solution in the slightest. one state is an an ideology that I ascribe to. But you listen to Ethan Klein from 3 years ago, and he was saying, no, everyone will die if that's the case. It's a very pessimistic mindset to have. To basically be like, no, there's no, like, you can't. I mean, you can listen to the podcast. What was it? It was a discussion between Hassan and Ethan after October 7th. And Ethan's basically flipped on loads of the things that he was saying back then, but he hasn't, like, acknowledged that that was a problem. Like, it was a problem that he was saying this shit back then, because he's caused a lot of strife and he's harassed a lot of people when they were critical of the shit that he was saying. And now he's saying basically that he doesn't believe that anymore. But it's like a tacit admission. It's not even like it's not even a clarification.
However, he doesn't ever have to face the complexities of having friends and family that were born in Israel, who oppose the government and who have done nothing wrong. And how it feels to see people calling them Nazis and wishing death on them for nothing more than being born somewhere.
Well, he fucking contorts himself in the weirdest shape imaginable, right? Like 3 years ago, he was telling Hassan on his live stream, he was crying about it. So it clearly meant a lot to him, and he really, like, he truly believed these things 3 years ago, and that was that from the river to the sea is essentially calling for the eradication of all Israelis and taking back all of the land, or however he phrased it. He was dying on that hill. But just, what was it, like 3 months ago, when he was interviewed, when Ethan was, like, interviewed on the street by the fucking, who is that guy? Palestinian News Network, or whatever he goes by. The guy asked him, from the river to the sea. He's like, yeah, of course. And it was like, oh, interesting. It's almost like you actually are just flying by the seat of your pants. You're a fucking leaf in the wind. You have no conviction about any of these things. Yes. Olivia probably doesn't even know what that the river to the sea means. It was such as, like, fast forward a couple years, and they're saying from the river to the sea when someone presses them in the street. Okay. So what is it? Is it from the river to the sea, or is it not? Or is that like an anti-Semitic statement?
I want you to remain a cartoonishly evil Zionist. You have a massive platform. You could use it for good things. You could start posting and talking about Palestine rather than just making jokes about Aaron Bushnell and bringing people on like Lonabox and Ahmed Fouad Al-Khatib.
I'm not pro.
Dude, you ain't gonna see fucking Ethan giving Chris Kunzler the time of day, like bringing him on the show or having a back and forth with Chris, because he is not, like, that is not smoke that Ethan wants at all. Radical says, I feel like this is semantics. There's bigger issues at hand. We should all be on the same side. Like, maybe, maybe if people don't harass, maybe if Ethan hasn't been harassing pro-Palestinian content creators nonstop, trying to smear them at every turn, like, maybe you could say that, but you can't be fucking, like, you can't be tolerant of people like Ethan. He's just gonna fucking mow you over. He's trying to financially ruin these 3 creators with lawsuits. He's a total fucking prick. Like, and it's ego driven. Like, he doesn't actually give a fuck about his like his IP or his copyright. Like, it's very clear the way he talks about these things that he doesn't actually think he's protecting anything. At most, he thinks that he's essentially admitted that he just wants to garnish people's wages and make their life miserable. He's like said as much about multiple creators. It's not even like an individual obsession like with me or Anissa. It's like it's an obsession with all of these creators. He wants to tear them all down. Anyone who dares defy Ethan Klein. It's fucked up. Okay, so this one is him trying to defame Anissa. This says, defame Anissa as anti-Semitic, photoshopping Mein Kampf into his Instagram apology. This is wild because this essentially starts out with not... this isn't Anissa engaging in the back and forth, the harassment back and forth, right? Like, she is doing her own thing with this post. This is her basically saying like, oh, I made these bagels, and she's kind of like stating, I don't know, how she made them or what ingredients she used or some shit. It's just some Instagram story post. Completely unrelated to anything H3. This is actually a great example. A great example of how you cannot be tolerant of a fucking freak like this. Or ignore it. Like, you can ignore it, but it's not gonna make things easier.
I got baited, admittedly, by a meme on the post, and I have to tell this to the audience. And
by the way, the person.
So what happened is he basically, one of his fans or whatever, edited Anissa's post to make it sound like vaguely anti-Semitic. They put like a little thing over the top. And they said things like, I used a Jewish salt or something like that, just to make Anissa sound stupid or crazy or something. But that's the comedy, that's the jokes in their subreddit, which, you know, he doesn't interpret his subreddit as like, you know, a snark or a harassment subreddit. But, yeah.
Person that made that meme reached out to me and apologized for tricking you. I said, don't worry about it. He's a boomer. He does it all the time.
No. Writing a flare on, first of all, Dan, putting a meme or a, it didn't even say meme.
He's trying to sort of explain why he was having a hard time determining whether or not it was real or not.
It's a goof flare.
Yeah,
but the flares are meaningless on our subreddit.
No, yeah, no, they're not. If it's a goof, it's a goof. Goof.
People don't label their shit. It's total madness.
Well, again, the author of the post wanted you to know that they apologize.
Dan, by the way, Dan fucking sucks. Dan is an absolute fucking loser. This guy, makes me sick looking at him.
The post wanted you to know that they apologize.
Well, anyway.
You are old, though. That is confirmed.
You what happened.
Is it because you're 40 now?
Well, it's okay. I immediately retracted.
I mean, I know you have a low opinion of Anissa, but you really think right now she would put Jewish salt in her...
I didn't mean... I think she was being anti-Semitic.
I know you have a low opinion of Anissa. Man, Dan is no, just own it, Dan. Say, we hate Anissa here. Fucking wimp.
She's just dumb.
The all-knowing
right. I guess that's the problem. You're somewhat, you know, justifiable low opinion of her has worked against you in this instance.
Oh my God, it's so annoying. Him playing this game with the dumbest guy on the planet, like having to baby him, like, yeah, your dumb fucking brain worked against you in this moment.
This isn't.
Yeah.
Which she is dumb enough to write.
No. But there was other things in there, silky water or something.
Well, let's see what she actually wrote.
Wait, so
that's what I'm saying. Everybody wants to talk shit about the Jews.
They make
Meanwhile, she's pouring kosher salt all over her.
He says everybody wants to talk shit about the Jews, yet watch what happens for the remainder of this clip.
Her Jewish bagels. Let me get my Jewish salt and pour it all over my Jewish bagels while being... No, and I'm not saying she was anti-Semitic.
That was your fans making that, good sir. That was your fans editing an Instagram post and you believing it.
In this post, but she is in real life. Right, Zach? I mean, undisputed. You can smile and laugh all you want, but the Jews, tomorrow's also Jewish. Tomorrow weigh in.
No, I you know, the praising Mengele part. I think.
Oh my God. Okay, that's why I said this is not what podcasts are. Because if you're having a fucking hugely emotional time, you don't just say, turn on the cameras, we got gold here. It's like, no, your gold is harassing people. And you having like, you spilling out. Like, you need to take that to therapy. You don't need to do that on your fucking podcast. Okay, so Dan just got done saying, here, we'll listen to it again.
I you know, the praising Mengele part, I think I'm convinced on that front, yeah.
Okay. But also the way
praising Mengele. So Dan's lying here. Anissa didn't praise Mengele. She spread misinformation, as some people pointed out in the Leftovers Reddit. She spread misinformation back in, when was it? Like 2000, like I think it was 9 or 10 years ago, that the experiments done by the Nazis had some sort of utility or something. But that's misinformation. It was bullshit. Anissa has acknowledged it. But instead of Dan doing any kind of research before saying something this preposterous, he just says, no, like, this is the Harassment podcast. We're going to defame Anissa. We're going to say things that we know aren't true. And we are not going to be at all judgmental of my boss, who in the upcoming edited Instagram story that you'll see, he or someone on the crew or someone decides to edit Mein Kampf in the background in an attempt to do, I don't know, an anti-Semitism as a joke type thing, which we know that they love not treating anti-Semitism seriously on the H3 podcast. We know to them it's a useful punchline, but I don't find it funny. Anissa doesn't find it funny. It's weird. It's weird. If you want people to treat anti-Semitism seriously, you don't make it a punchline, especially when you're saying that this is one of the worst time for Jewish people in modern America. You don't want to be doing these jokes. This is disgusting.
But also the way she served that bagel. That is the most.
Okay, I'm reading less into the bagel thing.
Goyim ass bagel, which in itself is anti-Semitic.
So anyway,
Idubbbz is being stoic here.
Bamboozled by my own people. The meme I previously shared was a forgery. She never wrote Jewish salt. Here's the original one. Sorry, Anissa.
Oh, that's nice.
And the text
that's not the original.
No.
Yeah, so you notice he'll sort of beat around the bush and do this little cheeky thing where he's like, haha, Mein Kampf in the background. This was the original photo. It's, yeah, they do not care about anti-Semitism. They do not care. They will use it as a cudgel or a punchline for their show, whether it's harassing people, smearing people, or making really funny jokes.
That's the original, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't even see that.
I think a lot of people didn't see it.
No, I didn't.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
That's fuck. I'm sorry, but that shit's funny.
It's funny. He thinks it's funny. He says, I'm sorry, but that shit's funny. Progressive man that cares about anti-Semitism, by the way. Social Democrat that cares about anti-Semitism.
And maybe we made a slight alteration to the background. And then this was the posted apology. You know.
That's good. That's very good.
You know, who's to say this isn't the original? I don't know.
Well, you guys are the ones to say it isn't the original because you edited it in an attempt to smear someone as anti-Semitic. And then everyone's laughing. Everyone's laughing in the podcast. And I think that was AB. AB was like, I guess for, I don't know, the safety of, can't really know if it's for himself or it's for the safety of the podcast. It's really hard to know, right? When you're on a program like this. But he had to clarify.
It's not just to be clear. It's not just to be clear.
Well,
it's not just to be clear. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to make that clarification. It's the employees saving his ass time and time again. He would be he would be fucking nowhere without those employees. This morning, Ethan Klein woke up at 8 a.m. or some shit. Yeah, 8 a.m. And the first thing he does is post Anissa. So this man is obsessed. He was posting a video of Anissa basically saying like it hurts to basically be kind of like I don't know what it was exactly. It was essentially expressing discomfort with the idea that like it's really hard for her to be her own person now that she's, you know, her and I are dating. I don't think we were married at this point, but her and I are dating, and she's just trying to stream and shit, and so many people would come in and just, you know, essentially fuck with her while she's streaming, and she tried to express that frustration in a video, and now Ethan Klein, I don't know, 5 or 6 years later, is trying to like use that as, I don't know, a prompt for him to be obsessive and creepy.
We chill on like asking, you know, if Ian's here or whatever. Like, I get it's funny or whatever, but I don't know, I've spent like the past 4 years living in his shadow, so to speak, and like I've been trying to do my own thing on the internet for 7 years before I even met him, and it is painful. So that'd be great. Yeah, I'd rather have 5 people want to be here for me than like a bunch asking for Ian. Thanks.
But I think that's an important thing for people to realize is that like there are multiple instances of Ethan Klein either implying, inferring, or outright saying that he wants to essentially stalk and harass me, Anissa, and I'm sure plenty of other people until we are run off the internet. Like that, like he has said that proudly. And I'm just like, the content cop wasn't that bad. Like, if you're going to be that bitch made, like, I think you should be the one getting off the internet, because that content cop, even by my biggest haters, they're like, oh yeah, that content cop was weak. So why are you acting like it's gloves off time to endlessly harass someone because it was so... Was that it? It clearly didn't end his career. Like, it was just a fucking video of me expressing my grievances. It was like my diary, all right? Don't get mad because you were so offended by my diary. What are the coach and Kate's most recent claim that Anissa said she was in a Mia Khalifa porn? Oh my God, dude. That, like... That's obvious. I think that's honestly in the same category as, like, the stinky comments. Like, it's obviously... I don't know. I don't know whether to say, like, it's more obviously incorrect. Like, stinky is subjective, right? Someone out there could think that I'm stinky, right? Like, I'm not... Depending on the time of day, man... After a workout, like, it's possible I'm stinky. You know what I mean? But the Mia Khalifa porn thing is such a weird accusation. Like, I don't... Like, how do you... Like, it feels like even on the podcast, they were like, whoa, that's like fucking... That's an easily refutable lie. It's like, yeah. Same thing with the being promised $5,000 is an easily refutable lie. So I don't know. That's the sort of shit where I kind of have to say the adults in the room will be able to clock that as bullshit. If the children want to believe that Anissa would lie about something so pointless, and I don't know, it doesn't do anything. That wouldn't do anything to say that. Easily refutable? I don't know. I think it's probably because Kate and Michael knew that Anissa did OnlyFans, but they didn't know what she did, so maybe they assumed that she did hardcore porn or something, but that's not it. I don't know. I don't know how they try to fill in the blank with these things. Anissa says, yeah, I'm not sure. I've never told them what I do on there, so I think she doesn't understand how bad of a lie that is. Right. To just randomly say a very disprovable thing, I just don't get it. From even the purpose of lying about it, I don't get it. Like, there's plenty of other things that you can lie about. You can even call Anissa stinky if you want. Oh, yeah. What did Anissa say? Read my comment, she says. I peed my pants once jumping rope in front of them. I guess they didn't notice. Yeah, there are things, honestly, there are things that Kate and Michael could have brought up that would be embarrassing to some degree. The crying thing, that was an embarrassing thing, especially if you're trying to collect like old Idubbbz fans, and like it's very easy to say that crying is gay, and that like crying in boxing is super gay or something. I don't know. All of the fucking trolls on YouTube, they take what is it? Clips of Anissa from when we were on the H3 podcast of her like looking at me, and she's trying to like identify like what aesthetic I got going on or I could have going on. And she says white trash at one point, like it's an insult. And all of them, like all of these channels have run with it in like the compilations of Anissa abusing Ian for 8 minutes straight. And I'm just like, dude, white trash is such a good look and a good vibe. Like, it just depends on how you're harnessing it. If your version of white trash is like, I don't know, having a plumber's crack and maybe like not washing yourself, then sure, like that could be an insult. But white trash is obviously cool if you own it. Like, it's also just part of the fucking culture. Part of American culture is white trash. Like, it seems like everyone who interprets it as a deeply offensive thing or abusive, they're just probably insecure. It's like, no, white trash is cool. I got to work on my white trash wardrobe, to be honest.